All right, guys. I think we're live, right? Anderson, how's it going?
What's up? Oh man, I'm
We're
doing
doing
great,
it live,
man.
guys. Good to have you here. We're in the match in blue and red here. Happy 4th of July to everyone that's
Yep, happy
joining us
fourth.
here. Happy 4th. Yeah, first time we're testing this out, so we'll see how it goes technical wise, but this should be a lot of fun. We got some
It's
questions
not it's
prepared,
not
and
like it.
we're waiting. God, God damn.
That was good. That was good. That was good. That was
See,
a good
see,
little
now we got good. Now we got good practice. Now we're gonna do that better though. Now,
that's a good test. See,
what's up,
like
guys? I think now we're live. I think we jumped the gun a little bit. What's up, everyone? I'm Andrew Anderson.
Amanda Luck.
Great to see you, Anderluck,
Oh man, it's
Anderson,
great.
whatever we're gonna
Yeah.
call him. Happy 4th of July to everyone out there that's tuning in. Obviously, made a little adjustment to the schedule here for the highlight season, and this week we're canceled actually postponed those performances yesterday, today, tomorrow, and then Wednesday. So we'll be live Thursday noon performance. We'll be back. We want to give you some content, at least a little bit of something here on this 4th of July. It's a great holiday, and we got one of the best personalities out here. So we're looking forward to talking
Oh,
and
definitely.
having some fun here. So Anderson, what's going on? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing great. Just here, super
Staying in
excited. It's
quarantine,
a great
staying
day.
inside.
Happy Fourth.
Happy
Yeah, I've been.
Fourth. We're
It's
doing
been
our
great.
thing. We're doing our thing. Well, yeah, I think I speak for both of us maybe when I think this is our first time going live in any capacity on anything. First time the highlight channel's gone live. So obviously hope everything technically should be pretty sound there, but bear with us and ready to have some fun. We got comments. Please comment your questions and we'll answer them for you. We got some stuff prepared. We're just
Let's
going to
do it.
talk and we'll keep going as long as you guys want it. If you guys are into it and we got questions and people are here, we'll do it as long as I got a couple hours. We're not doing anything. I don't know about it. So probably in the same boat. But first thing I want to ask, I think it's just a good question to start it off. Everyone's got their nickname in highlight. They got the name on the back of their jersey. Some guys keep it pretty simple, like Ben, first name Ben, right? Some guys put their last name. Obviously, Cool Fitness, very much a nickname. Your real name, Anderson. You put Anderluck on the back of the jersey. Is there any sort of, obviously there's the correlation there, but what was sort of the story behind that and how it sort of came together?
Actually, the name Anderluck came through a friend of mine from Wild Bill.
Sure.
I guess
Yeah.
he just confused me with Andrew Luck or something like that, and then he started calling me Anderluck. So I just thought it was pretty
That's
funny,
great.
and
Yeah.
just
It's
been using
funny
it
because
since then. But
yeah, my mom every time she would watch, she was like, oh, "I like that Andrew Luck guy," and I didn't actually know the story, and that was the nature where it came from. So yeah, so that's funny. So this season, and we got some, we got a lot of questions. We got some fun questions. We got some highlight questions, and we see some of those. You got some people in the chat asking questions. You got the typical names of guys that would usually be enjoying the 4 p.m. performance right now. But we'll start with highlights. So this season, 22 wins thus far. You obviously, you're pretty close to the top of the pack there. 4th place overall. You're tied with Carballo now. Just in general, how would you assess your play this season, and maybe what are some of your goals going forward through the end of the year?
right now, I just gotta keep playing. I gotta keep playing better. I gotta get in a better rhythm.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, I'm gonna be, get some rhythm going, and then everything's gonna be great. These
Yeah.
guys are all playing great. I have Carballo, like over here, super
Yeah.
streaky player,
Yeah.
and everyone's playing really well right now. So I just gotta keep, just keep pounding, and eventually, I'll get up there.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we know you could do it. You took first place, the inaugural season here in Magic City, and that was pretty cool. And another question I wanted to ask sort of about that is Magic City Hustle. There were a lot of cameras around. And Magic City Hustle, for those of you that don't know, it's a award-winning documentary actually about the start of the highlight program at Magic City, how they hire and train players from scratch. None of you guys had any experience. You came in that boat. So maybe you want to talk a little bit about that is really, how did you, hear about the program? How did you get started? and then well, we'll start there, and then maybe also like how is it like literally being in like a movie almost, like having cameras around all the time? So sort of talk about that whole experience.
Oh man, it's actually a super funny story how this whole thing came up.
Yeah.
So JR is actually like a family friend of mine. I've known him for a while. He used to come over, and I used to just practice for hours just playing ping pong, just so that I can beat him, because he's so good. And
not a
one day he
surprise that
calls me.
JR, no shot
Yeah,
there.
no.
He's a wizard.
He's good at everything. Yeah. So one day he calls me. He calls me buddy. So he said, "Hey, buddy, I got this chance to be a player's manager here at Magic City Casino." And I was like, "All right, that's nice." And he goes, "I'm gonna be coaching Jai Alai, and we're gonna, call some players and yeah." And then I just told him, I was like, "Hey, I don't know what Jai Alai is." He said, "Oh, it's this game. Just come try it out." He didn't explain it well, so I was like very confused. And then right before he hangs up, this is where he gets great. Right before he hangs up, he says, "So you might have to quit your job and you have to wear the cesta on your right arm."
Right, we talked about that.
Yeah. So then I said, "Whoa, buddy, yeah, I'm not interested." He's like, "Oh man, just come by." He said, "Yeah, just come by, see if you like it or not, and we'll go from there." Next thing you know, I'm driving down to North Miami. I get to this place. It's just like a warehouse. I'm struggling to open the door. The door's a little jammed. So I'm like, "Oh my God, what is this?" But finally popped it open. And then I see JR on the court with these two fat guys, and then I remember, these guys were talking so much, and they were just like, "Oh, coach, you better sign my checks right now because I'm gonna win it all." Honestly, if I didn't walk in that exact moment where they said that, I was probably not gonna play.
You weren't gonna do it. Yeah,
right
that
there,
fired you up. Yeah.
Right there, right when they said that, in my head, I was like, I will never let these people beat me in anything in life.
Wow.
And then I ended up playing Jai Alai.
And then ended up taking first place. Singles that first year. So it comes full circle there. That's great. I mean, the whole ping pong, I don't think we've talked about some of the stories on the air about certain guys, but I think your story in particular, that's one that we haven't gotten into and one that's funny. Someone out here, I think Brandon Smooth said he wants to play ping pong. So maybe we'll have to get a table after this whole COVID thing is over in maybe a couple months, maybe next season. But we'll get a table in there. Myself, I can play some ping pong as well. So we'll have to get some matches in, and maybe we'll have a whole little tournament there. That'll be cool. But see some
that
questions.
Would be great.
Yeah,
I'm a little rusty, but I can shake it off real quick.
So you talked about that whole thing about you got to flip it to your other side and play with your right hand as a natural lefty. So George Quinn here, he asked one of the questions, said, was it easier learning how to catch the ball? Well, as a natural lefty, was it easier learning how to catch the ball versus establishing a throwing motion? So which one, like, was the physical motion or was like just catching from that side? What was more difficult?
Let me tell you something, man. Everything was super hard. It felt super awkward.
Yeah. I could imagine. Yeah.
I mean, I just remember like the first day, JR puts his cest in my hand and it's tying it on. And I just I'm staring at it like this. And I'm like, what am I doing right now? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
So I think catching was maybe a little easier than throwing. The throwing was very hard.
Yeah, I would say, that's got to be. I mean, it took me motion. Yeah.
It took me a long time to actually learn how to throw. I was actually one of the guys that came in like later, and throwing was just one of the hardest things. And actually, I was one of the last ones to learn how to serve the ball. I did not know how to serve the ball.
Till when? And now you got one of the most. Someone said here, Anderluck has the most powerful serve right now. With the money symbol, obviously, he throws it in there too. Yeah. Brandon's got to be. He's got to be one of your friends here. I don't know. This guy's hyping you up. If not, you got to. That's great.
That's
some good stuff here. We got a lot of questions coming in. Oh, this was one that I actually had too. U.S. National Jai Alai Championship. That's big. That's the first of its kind here. First ever tournament. It's going to be hosted at Magic City. we've got singles, we got doubles. We're going to have a champion, going to be like NCAA tournament bracket style. They're going to be partidos, and partidos are just like games, one-on-one matchup, no spectacular 7 with the points doubling. You just like ping pong, simple ping pong guy here. You get 1 point if you win the point, and then you go back and forth, and it's first one to, 5, 6, 7, 11, whatever you play up to. So are you going to be playing in the tournament? People want to know. Are you playing singles, doubles, both? And I don't know if we can ask this, but maybe you can tell us if you have a doubles partner or if he's from Magic City. We'll keep it at that.
Oh, yeah, we have the tournament. We have the tournament coming up right now. I'm actually super excited to be part of the tournament. I think it's a great thing. It's big for the highlight community, just to, bring everyone together. And that's the only way this game is going to grow is if, we keep spreading the game. I'm very excited about it. I am going to be playing singles and doubles. My partner's actually going to be Ben.
How about that?
So
that's good.
Yeah,
I'm sure Ben's going to be happy to have you as a partner. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
No, that's fun. Have you guys practiced at all? I mean, have you secret practices behind closed doors, lights off all the time? Yeah. I see Ben's one of those guys that, he's out there. He would be there all day if he could. And I remember when they played those partidos last year, Ben, you guys played and refused to call a timeout. You're like no breaks, no nothing. So I can imagine that you and Ben, you guys aren't going to be tired at all. So if you guys make a little run there, you're going to be in that last game. You're both competitive. You're going to be hyped up. So that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that combo. That's one of the matches. One of the. No, go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
And it's great.
This whole delay. Sorry, this whole
Ben
delay
is
thing.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know it's like a little. That's all right. Yeah, but Ben is just such a he's a great guy. He's always grinding.
Yeah.
He's always pounding the ball in the back, and I think he's going to be a great partner for me. And hopefully we can get something done. But yeah, we're definitely not going to get tired. We work out a lot. We both run. He runs a lot. We're both in great shape. So as far as that, we're going to be good. So the people are playing with us, they better be in shape.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a pairing I didn't know about. I don't know any of the pairings, just like you guys at home. So that's the first I've actually heard. So that's cool. And you'll be playing with the Magic City guy on our court. And speaking of courts here, someone we got Shane Davis. He asked the question: have you ever played on a court obviously our court? I think Stu said it's 120 feet. I don't know if you know the exact numbers. And I think Danny is something like 170, 180, or 160. Something like that. Have you played on a court like that? And how was the experience? Is it, talk about some of the differences between our court there and that.
I actually haven't had the opportunity to practice or play on a big court.
Set you up.
Hopefully, hopefully one day, hopefully one day I'll get the chance to, just go around and throw around and see how it feels. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, that's good hearing.
There's no glass. There's no glass I can break there. So I don't know.
That's true. Magic City Hustle. That was one of the things there. Anderson actually broke the glass. First, that was day one, right? Day one, first day, first performance. And in the warm-ups there, just threw one of those power serves and just cracked the glass. I think that's still to this day the only time I think the glass is broken, right? If I'm not mistaken. No one else.
Yeah, I just said it was just a lucky spot.
Just a lucky one. Well, someone wanted to ask her that you sometimes do a power serve. You really kind of rear back and fire, and sometimes you just lollipop it up there. Is there a difference when you decide to throw those, or certain people you throw it against, or what's sort of the thought process there?
It all depends who I'm playing against.
Yeah.
The tougher it gets, the harder I'm gonna serve, and that's pretty much what I do. It's I decide once I turn around and I'm about to serve. That's when I decide this is either gonna be hard or I'm just gonna put it in play. But it all depends on the player that's up right now, and if he's a tough opponent, I'm gonna give him some heat.
Sure. Yeah, you got to give him the heat. Someone asked about that. Yeah, someone asked about the rivals, and there's one thing that I wanted to know too. When you go up and you talk about it's different for sort of every matchup. Are there people obviously you live with two of the guys, and that's got to be an interesting dynamic playing against people that you live with. Are there people that you go up there, you're really like, all right, I got to win this point, or or maybe it's just Douglas and Iketer or anyone else that really is, not necessarily a rival, but someone that's like, all right, we're gonna have a good point. Let's see what happens here.
Actually, like when I'm playing with anybody, I don't want to lose. I play everyone extremely hard. But actually, one of the players I hate to lose against is probably Jedin.
Yeah, he's competitive, man. He'll let you hear it.
Yeah, exactly. So like when I play against him, I just can't lose. So that's when I just go into a different level, and it's always fun. It's always fun playing points against everyone, but he's one of the guys that I just hate to lose to.
Yeah, no, I could imagine. And
if you're watching right now, Jedin,
he probably is. Never gonna beat him again. There it is. Well, someone, a lot of questions here. Stu popped in the chat there. Yeah, Magic City, the court there. Yeah, 120, 180, 176 Miami, 180 feet Virginia there. So that makes sense. Speaking of roommates here, Cruise Freak 56. I don't know. We've never really done this live stream here thing. I don't know if we say the name, but Cruise Freak 56. Who wins you and Douglas arm wrestling match?
Oh, that's easy. I'd beat him every single time.
Every time. I got to say, you do probably, you're a little bulkier in the biceps. We'll give you that one, 100%. And speaking of that, also, I know a couple of guys that got energy drinks. They've got protein shakes. Is there anything that you drink before the performance every day that is sort of routine, or what's going on with that?
Actually, coffee.
Just coffee.
That's usually what we have. That's what we have in the back. You have some of the guys here, like Chris Bueno. He's in the back whipping coladas, and that's that rocket fuel that we need, And he's in the back, always making great coffee,
Yeah.
And that's what fuels us.
Top 3 coffee makers on the team. I didn't know Bueno was the guy back there. So
no, Bueno is the one that introduced us, and he's the one that showed pretty much all of us how to make it. So Bueno's obviously number one. He's the teacher.
Yeah, he's the GOAT back there. Well, I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Yeah, and then number 2, probably me, of course. And 3, probably Iketer. I'll say Iketer's like number 3.
Yeah. He brings us the coffee. Yeah. He's pretty new into it though, or is he? Maybe he's had some experience. This season, I know he's been making it a lot more. Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's pretty good at it. Yeah. Yeah, but you don't want Douglas making your coffee. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, he comes in with the Starbucks every morning. Yeah, he's not making his stuff. North Carolina, they don't make coffee like they do down here in Miami. That's for sure.
No. There was a time where he was making a colada with Splenda. I was like, dude, what are you doing? That's not the way it goes.
Oh my God, no, absolutely not. Yeah, if he did that in public, that's public shame down here in South Florida for sure.
Oh no, dude.
That's great. So we'll get into a little more highlight related stuff here. So interesting. People want to know sort of about like your daily routine. What happens? When do you arrive? How early do you start practicing? Sort of what do you do on a let's say like a 2-day when you got 2 performances in a day, sort of a typical day like that.
Yeah, usually I get there like an hour and a half before I play. I warm up for like 45 minutes, just stretch everything out, really stretch my arm out. Got to take care of the arm. Usually all that takes me about like 30 minutes, and after that just stay loose, and then by the time I play I'm usually good, ready to go.
Good to go. Yeah. I know after every performance you kind of look like a pitcher, like you just won a complete game. You got the ice on the shoulder, fully wrapped. That was that's the classic move. But you got to do it, guys, to see all those guys ice after pretty much all the performances. It's a long season.
Oh yeah, you have to ice. It's good, especially after throwing the ball like we throw. You gotta ice, man. You gotta stay healthy.
You put some power behind it. Someone wanted to know also, are there players, anyone that's got sneaky power? I mean, obviously you see Bradley. He's got some power. Douglas throws it hard. Anyone else outside of those guys, would you say, who throws it pretty hard that maybe doesn't get the credit they deserve? I know I got one in my mind, but I got
a couple. I know I'm Juice. Yeah. Juice on the right side actually throws really hard.
The Cortada.
Carballo. Yeah. Carballo has a lot of power too. there's a couple of guys actually that, have a lot of power, and that,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised. They don't throw hard. They don't throw hard all the time, but
He
they
rears
got some
back.
good power.
They can get there. Also,
Yeah.
Ron, I don't know if you've been watching these past couple of days, but he started the season and he wasn't really 100%, and we've talked about that a little bit. But now when he's back to 100%, he can really get through on his throws. He from the left side, no one throws it as hard as he does. For a guy of his size too, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, what makes Ron actually dangerous is when he throws his reverses, it's like it's just high enough that goes over your head, but then it always like it chulas on the other side. So then you have to like dig these rebotes out, and he's running up, to the 4 and catching your ball and pretty much killing the point. And he does a great job,
Yeah,
so he's good.
tough guy to play against. Oh, this is a good question here. Ace Highwood, I know he or she can't definitively say it's a guy. What player do you think is the most improved from last season, thus far in 2020?
From last season to this season, I think the most improved player, I'd say CRB.
Yeah.
He's been improving so much. He's actually serving the ball really good. He's ripping the rebotes now, putting some good power behind it. He works hard every day. He's always like stretching and working out and doing all these different, CRB things. But he's improved a lot. He's looking good, and he's looking really good.
Yeah, looked good these past couple of weeks, and I think got 3 wins. I had the numbers up here. We got the single standings. Yeah, I think it was 3 wins week before, and then I think he had 2 last week. But yeah, definitely playing much better, and you can see how much just the way he's throwing, how fluid he is, and that left side you're talking about, it really improves there. Someone asked, who's better? We're talking about improve. Who's better, Robin or Manuel, out of the officials? Manuel's pretty tough. I mean, it's a different age class, but he's really good.
Manuel he's at a different level. Robin is good. Don't get me wrong. Robin is very good, but Manuel's better. This guy just doesn't, he just doesn't stop. He's a workhorse. He's always everywhere. He's all over the court. Like he could be at the 3. Next thing you know, he's digging a rebote out the 3rd team. He's just all over the court. He's such a workhorse, and
Yeah. Is Manuel playing in the tournament? Do you know? Is he competing?
No, he's actually not playing in the tournament, but he's going to be playing in Miami in December.
I think it's right. It's got to be U.S. I think isn't it only American-born player, right? I think that might be the case.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Something like that.
Sure.
But yeah, if we get a chance to see Manuel play, it's definitely a thing of beauty to watch there. So all these guys from the start of the program here had an athletic background. A lot of them went to University of Miami, as you see in Magic City Hustle. What was outside of ping pong? What was your sport sort of growing up? What did you play, if anything?
Growing up, actually, I just played football.
Mm-hmm.
Always been playing football ever since I was a kid. I played all the way up to high school, and that was pretty much it. I was always like a power back, just running through people, putting my head down.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, just,
looking for the contact,
down, a touchdown, just give me the ball. Yeah, exactly.
No,
I always broke. I used to always break. The funniest thing is I used to always break, and then I used to always get hawked. Guys always come from the back and just tackle me because I didn't have the breakaway speed, but I used to always get there.
Yeah. That's great. Wish I would have seen. You got any a tape online? You got your highlight tape?
Oh yeah.
We gotta get that on the
highlights.
on the broadcast. We should play everyone's old highlight tape. That'd be pretty cool. Stu popped in the chat here. This is great. Stu wants to know: is he too tough in his commentary, coaching, or managing? Interesting.
No, actually, no. He's really fair. He's been great, from the start to now. Actually, a good friend. Great manager. I mean, commenting, everything. Just overall a great person.
Right, and you got to say this too, and we talked about it on the broadcast. It's a unique position that he's in because as a coach, you don't want to say, think about it, you know, in regular sports, you know, kind of like one of the general managers, a coach, and the guy that's also talking to the fans about it. So that's kind of a unique perspective that he gives. And I think sometimes it may seem like he's actually, you know, tough, you know, in the sense of, you know, you wouldn't hear a guy like Mike Tirico or Joe Buck when they're doing a game. They wouldn't necessarily call it that way. But, you know, what Stu's doing is like, you know, you get Matt Nagy, you know, coach of the Bears, literally doing the play-by-play as the game is going on. And, you know, there's things that, you know, he wants you guys to succeed so badly, and he wants this program to do, you know, immensely well. And I think that's the thing where, you know, he just cares so much. And when you care so much, sometimes like in the moment, you know, you're like a little bit, you know, upset at the quality of the play. And I think the biggest thing that people really like, and when the performances are good and the energy is good, it's, you know, the play is really stand out. So Stu's great, and we love Stu, and can't wait to get him back. It's kind of weird doing the whole broadcast by yourself. I don't know.
Yeah. And Stu, you know, Stu's been around Highlight for a while. He was there during like the best. You know, he's seen like the best players, and, you know, he's been through it. So, you know, getting someone like that to our program is actually really good, you know, because he's been around, you know, the good, you know, like the Highlight at its, you know, peak or whatever it was at that time. So, you know, bringing someone like Stu on, you know, on board, it was just, you know, it's great, you know, and he brings that energy and that passion that he has for the game, you know, that transfers over to us. And, you know, he's been great, you know, he's been helping us a lot, and he's taught us a lot too.
Yeah. And you're talking about what they're teaching you in practice. Is there anything that, you know, Stu talked about, there's no necessarily like organized practices, but you're one of the guys, and there's, you know, most of the roster practice all the time, after, before, even during some of the performances. Is there anything in particular you've been working on this season, something you want to work on moving forward?
I've been actually working just on my reverse, trying to get a little more power, trying to work on my swing, and just, you know, trying to work there. I think on the right side, I'm pretty good. Just on my reverse, I just got to get a little stronger, got to get that swing going. And I think once I have a good reverse, I'll be a more, you know, complete player, and it'll help me out a lot more.
Yeah. And what's sort of the difference? I mean, you're second, the reverse, forehand, backhand. Forehand, we say from the right side on the broadcast. Backhand, you're talking about the reverse from the left side. What's the difference for you? I mean, you're talking about the reverse is obviously harder to throw. Why is that for you? You know, some guys are probably the other way around. And I think, you know, you'd think as maybe naturally like a left-handed player that maybe that would help, you know, be an easier one for you to throw, but.
No, it's actually a funny story. So when I first started playing, this is back to North Miami, I was practicing with JR, with Ara, and it was just us two. And I promise you, for a week and a half, he caught every single ball on the right side. Every single ball he caught on the right side. Me, not knowing anything about this game, I thought maybe this is how you play the game. You just catch everything on the right side. So for a whole week and a half, I caught everything on the right side. So next thing you know, he catches one on the reverse. And I said, what? Dude, is that legal? Can you even do that? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, well.
Is that legal?
You know, it was like super funny, man. I couldn't stop laughing. But he caught everything on the right side. You know, like he put his back against the wall and catch a ball on the right side. You know, it's just, you know, it's great. I mean, and crazy. You know, by the time I saw him catch one ball in the reverse, I was like, oh my God, what? You can do this?
This is not illegal. That's not a penalty or a point, loss of point or whatever. Yeah, that's funny. See, these are all the stories that we don't really get. I like this whole, you know, live on YouTube thing. We should definitely maybe get some more of these going with a lot of guys. It's fun. All right, so this one that I came up with here. There's a lot of, you know, very skilled players on the roster, guys that have different strengths and weaknesses. What's the one shot that you are most envious of, or, you know, you're most envious of on the roster? You know, it may be like this person's serve, this person's right side, this person's left side. What's the one shot on the roster of any one player?
It would probably be Diaz.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
DS actually beats me a lot. He for a while he was in my head. Every time he catches the ball on the left side and he winds up a costado, I'm just like, oh my God, is he gonna throw a two wall? Is he gonna throw it back inside? And I'm just in the middle, and he gets me a lot with that. So it'd probably be him.
Yeah, gets a lot of people with that, honestly. And we talk about it is. I mean, surprisingly, no one throws it as much as he does. I mean, he's just such a quick trigger on it, and it gets really streaky. And the times where he throws it a lot, he gets in a really, really good rhythm. So, when he's going and he's confident, he's playing well, and you can tell because he's throwing that 2-0 for sure.
Oh yeah, he doesn't care if you're right there; he'll throw it right at you. And you're probably gonna miss it. And that's the thing I like most. That's the thing I like most about him is that he plays hard too, and he doesn't care who you are. He's gonna crank that 2-0 right at your feet, and it's hard to catch.
Yeah, and Bob K here asked because Tevin is also a natural lefty, if I'm not mistaken. Tevin plays at Dania. I don't know if he's still on the roster there or not. Did he advise you at all on overcoming, not necessarily using your natural arm in playing there? Because he was one of the people that if you see Magic City Hustle, he was at some of the practices as well.
Yeah, actually early on, he was like showing us like how to, like throw reverses and, bring the costado and everything else. Actually from the start, I felt very awkward just throwing the reverse and costado just felt really tight. So for me, it was just easier to throw it on the right side for some reason. I mean, for a whole week and a half, I was throwing on the right side, and I had no idea that you could even use your left side. So it's something that I just got used to, and that's been that.
No, sure. Let's see here. We got a lot of questions coming, and I'm glad that there's I don't know how many people are watching here, but we got some people in here, so that's pretty cool. One of the things that I wanted you to maybe do is, you see in other sports sometimes they do this whole, build the perfect player. Yeah, they build like the perfect quarterback, the perfect, running back, whatever. So I want you to maybe build the ideal Magic City Jai Alai player for us. So I got a couple categories. I'll go down the list. All right. So ideal player we're trying to build here. Best, like the ideal body or build. What do we got?
Probably just like slim fit.
All right, sorry, maybe I didn't. So I'll give you I'll say.
So like
who on
Chris
the roster?
Bueno.
Yeah, who on the roster do you think? Yeah, as the ideal. Give me a player or two or whatever you think.
Carballo. He's just has that athletic build. Chris, someone like that for you to be like really flexible. Really, you got to be able to move. You got to move well. You got to have good footwork, and those guys do it. They do it really good.
Sure. Catching. Who's got the best catching?
Catching would probably have to be out of Douglas and Kubala.
Yeah.
Those guys. Kubala just doesn't miss, and Douglas, just soft hands. So, I mean, even Carballo, these guys all have really soft hands, and probably out of them three.
Sure. Who do you think best right side or forehand? What do you?
Best right side or forehand? I would have to say Bradley, man. This guy.
Yeah. People haven't seen right? They haven't seen a lot.
Yeah, no, we haven't. We haven't seen much of him. But let me tell you something. When you're practicing with him, when he winds up, and he's got such a long range of motion, and he throws the ball so hard. This ball is coming at you. It's just doing all types of weird things, and but he throws the ball super fast.
It's got a lot of movement. Yeah, the way he throws it, it's like a two-seamer in baseball. It really cuts out to the right side a lot, and we sit right behind you guys. So when you throw, we don't really get an appreciation for how fast it is. But on the side, when we watch it, when we're perpendicular to the court there, you hear the ball. It's different when it comes out of his cesta sometimes compared to the other guys out there.
Yeah, no, he throws the ball so hard, man. There's times where you think the ball's coming right at you, and then it just does something else. It's unbelievable. He's got so much power, and then that range of motion just makes the ball go even harder.
Sure. All right. So we did the forehand side, backhand or reverse.
Backhand reverse. I mean, obviously, we're gonna have to go with Ron. You have Ron,
Yeah.
that's really good. Douglas too, actually has a really strong reverse, and Ben. Ben has
And
a great reverse. He throws it really hard too. So those three guys.
yeah. Serve. This is one. Someone said you can say yourself if you really think.
Yeah, I mean I can, but that's not fun.
Right.
Serving the ball. Carballo actually rips, some nice
Yeah.
serves. Kubala is, he'll ace you. He'll
Yeah.
ace you too. These
He'll
guys got
sneak
good
up on you.
serves. Yeah, CRB, one of the newer players, has a really good serve. Um, Actually, and the most annoying serves would probably have to be Barbo when he throws these like
I
lollipops up and it's just like rolling on the side wall. I hate that so much.
Dude, that's what we talk about all the time is those slow ones that, you have so much more time to think about it. And sometimes when it's moving that fast and you just, you put the cesta up there, you kind of have a feel for where it goes, but the ball never really moves that slow. So you're like, you get shaky hands a little bit and you see guys miss those ones, especially along the side wall. He's sort of mastered that serve.
Oh, definitely.
Funny.
I think it's hard to catch. I mean, for me, I like to play fast, so the faster the balls come in, the better it is for me. But when you
Yeah.
slow the game down, I'm just like I kind of lose a little bit of patience, and
Right.
so that's good.
Sure. Let's move down here. Let's move down the list. Who do you think best sort of court awareness or positioning?
Probably court positioning. Douglas
Yeah.
is actually
Yeah.
like really good, just like all over the court.
Mhm.
Kubala too. He does a great job of that, and I would say Ron and Carballo. I mean, pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
All the guys that play like in the later games.
Yeah. Those feature game guys.
They're they. I mean, I think that's like one of the things that separates you know the later games from the earlier games is just that court positioning. You catch a ball on the right side and you throw a cortada, you think it scores, but the guy's already there. So it's pretty much everyone there, and all these guys do a great job of being there.
Right. Let's move down here. I got a lot of these numbers, so we'll maybe have to cut it up. Best best rebote on the roster.
Best rebote on the roster, CRB
This is
baby.
gonna.
He's
Yeah.
a rebote
CRB.
king.
Yeah. The R stands for rebote. People forget that.
Yeah, catch, rebote, backhand.
He was built. He was built for Jai Alai. And then this is the last one we'll give you here. Best style in terms of their fashion sense. You see some guys that got the baseball high socks. I think this is a pretty easy answer, but I'll see what you give.
Best style. All right, with that one, I'm gonna have to say me. That's probably the only one.
Wow, that's the only one. I was gonna say there's another guy out there. I think Jed is going to be pretty upset there.
He
takes it to the next level. He's got the shoes that match the jersey.
Oh, he's got everything. He has the shoes. The shoes always have to match the post. Sometimes he has the traditional pants. Sometimes he shows the ankles. It all depends. It's just a super funny guy, man.
Yeah, they say. Look good, feel good, play good. I mean, it's three parts. So he looks good, he feels good, it helps him play.
And he plays good. Sure. Yeah, that's good.
So you got some people in here that are talking about, you got the roommates, and can't imagine sort of the trash talk that goes on. And we talked about it a little bit. You talked about how it's sometimes different playing against certain people, but playing against them in particular. Do you guys have any, does the trash talk carry over back home if one guy has a good day, or, hey, you're picking up dinner tonight, or what happens there?
We definitely do compete, and every time we play against each other, we're always, we play hard, we bring the best out of each other. But once we come home, Highlight just stays at Magic City, and then we come home and we're all just back to normal. We obviously always talking about Highlight, always watching Highlight. But when we come back here, is It's just back to normal, just back to being friends. But when we go over there, we do compete and we play hard.
Yeah. And you talk about you're watching those videos. Where do you just find them mostly on YouTube? And what are you watching on there? Partidos of back in the day, or maybe talk about some of your favorite players as well.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we watch some partidos. We pretty much watched everything on YouTube. With Jai Alai, we sometimes watch like Magic City, like the first year. You know, like how we first started. So we're always comparing like our forms. Like, oh my God, dude, I can't believe like I looked like that back in the day. And you know, we're always comparing then and now. And you know, so it's great. I mean, some of the guys we watch on YouTube, obviously, you know, some of the best in the world, like Goico and Aritz and Lopez and Aristorza and all these guys. You know, it's a lot of fun. These guys are really good.
Cool. And we got some people asking just about sort of like the spin of the ball. Did you play tennis? I mean, you talk about ping pong and tennis are very similar. I mean, you got a lot of spin and you know how to obviously spin the ball there. Is it possible to spin the pelota like in tennis? Because you're a big guy. You like throwing that the picada, which is, you know, the big bounce. You go try to get a lot of topspin. So can you maybe talk about how you throw that, why you throw that, and a little bit about that shot?
Yeah. So you can get the ball to spin. It all just depends on your wrist, the way you snap your wrist. So, you know, when you're trying to throw a picada is, you know, just go over the top and, you know, kind of like snap your wrist down, you know, so you can get that spin on the ball. So where it bounces, you just shoot straight up. And, you know, that shot, if the guy's not moving, just playing deep, or he's running up, then I'll just throw it and the ball would just bounce over his head. So it all depends what my opponent is doing.
Right. No, that's one of the shots. I think out of all the roster, you throw the picada a lot. You try to get it slows down play a little bit too. I mean, sometimes these guys go quick, and when you go quick, you get in a bit of a rhythm. And you know, I think you of all people, you slow it down, and you know, just get in people's head a little bit and see. You know, it's a very mental game, and you know, you slow it down a little bit. 1 point, it's like, what's this guy doing? And you know, it takes that little bit of concentration away, and then hey, they're the ones that are making the walk back to the bench.
Oh yeah, I actually like throwing that. I like throwing that shot to the guys that like jumping. You know, So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
If they like to jump, see how high they can jump. Test the vertical out.
Yeah, you're gonna miss one.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you got George Quinn. He wanted to know again here. Do you guys ever break out a radar gun in baseball? You know, in practice there, and just see who can really throw it the fastest?
Actually, I think Tennessee brought it out once, and CRB. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was accurate at all. But CRB you have Douglas, you know, throws really hard. He throws this reverse as hard as he can, and the radar gun said like, I don't know, like 120 or something, and then CRB throws a reverse and it's at 129. So the joke, you know, the joke in the roster is that CRB throws the hardest.
Yeah.
You know, so it's.
Yeah, that I got to get the radar gun checked there. Well, maybe we'll have to bring it out there and have a competition of who can throw it the hardest. That's pretty fun there. Someone said I must have grown up. Great. Amy B said I must have grown up playing Jai Alai. I think that's my aunt, so that maybe makes sense. I didn't. I think she's joking around, but I actually didn't grow up playing Jai Alai. Last season, one time, I think you were there. I went out on the court with Tanar for sure. Jedden was there. Carballo was there. I think you were there. Maybe I'm wrong though. But I remember. I mean, I played sports growing up and a lot of ball sports, and I thought that I would be able to at least reach the front wall, you know, from like the 5 line, the 6 line, and I think I just hooked it straight into the side wall. It might have gone like half a yard forward and like mostly straight to the left. How does that? How was that? I mean, the first time you went out there, what was that like? I mean, how have you been able to overcome that? I mean, overnight. I mean, look, it's probably so natural at this point, but I mean, at first, were you just into the side wall like me, or probably just me? But
no, actually, my first throw actually hooked it straight into the side wall. So I'm standing straight, and I'm swinging, and the ball just went straight, like, you know, straight to the wall. And then I think the next one I tried throwing it over the top. and I just spiked the ball like right in front of me. I'm actually surprised it didn't come back and hit me in the head. But yeah, it was. Oh my God, man! It's been like a little. It's been a long ride, and we've made out so much progress. So it's great.
Yeah, and you said you've been one of the guys that's been with the program for a couple of years. What's the biggest difference you think now from year 3 to where we are, and that year 1 when you first started and were the first actually singles champion that year?
Oh man, everything. Pretty much just the first year we were learning as we were going. So there was plenty of times where, like I wanted to do something and I just couldn't do it because I was still learning. I'm still learning today, but I think now it's just everything's a lot more natural. Things are starting to feel like smooth. I'm just, doing a lot better now. Before it was kind of just like catch the ball and just throw it hard and, I'm going to catch one more than my other opponent because, we weren't catching more than 2-3 balls. So now it's just completely different. Now you guys, you have guys like saving rebotes and scooping balls and doing all these crazy things, that would have scored in the first year. So it's great, man. It's actually a lot more fun now that we're able to play longer points. And it's just, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And also I'm sure that it's different in that sense, but also the pressure that goes on as well. Cause you see in Magic City Hustle, I think at first, and maybe you could speak to this a little bit as well, but it seemed like the pressure at first was there's a pressure to just not necessarily mess up. And now it's switched to there's pressure because it's very competitive and these points are longer. And you really need to dig deep and play really well to win.
Oh yeah. So you just have to, you got to play hard every single point, you just gotta, you never know what your opponent's going to do. Like one day someone could be having a bad day and then you have game point and he's there, he's going to ruin it for you. So it's, you got to play hard every single point.
Yeah. We got Brian D, friend of the program, obviously, and he was talking about the trash talking that goes on with you guys, and wanted to know about it a little bit. Is there any one instance you remember? Maybe one instance where maybe it got a little heated, it got a little testy, and because of the trash talk that went on.
No, actually, with me, if you trash talk to me, I'm obviously gonna trash talk you back. Right. But no, honestly, I'm not on. I haven't gotten into anything with anyone. I try not to. I'm just here to play highlight, and that's pretty much it.
Sure. And Stu said that how has Duke stayed so quiet this whole time? Duke is your dog, if I'm not mistaken. Everyone loves dogs, so maybe we could give the whole dog spiel right now. You give name, breed, how long you had her,
Duke,
him, right? Yeah,
give it to him. Duke is actually just he's in my room right now. I got him a bone actually, so he can stay quiet. Because if not, he'll be right next to me, jumping in my lap, and just going crazy. And he's actually going to be 4 this year, December 1st. And I also have a cat. Her name is Key Cat. And she's going to be 4 this year too. So yeah, they're both great. They're super funny. They get along. They're best friends, and it's great.
No, that's awesome. Shout out. We got someone piping in, DJ Hype, new to the sport, but he enjoys watching it. Shout out DJ Hype. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
He was one of the names there that I think from Ireland. He piped into the chat pretty early on in the season. In those broadcasts, do you hear us at all when Stu and I are on, when we yap during those between the games sometimes? And do you ever think, what are these guys talking about?
Yeah, every now and then, when I'm walking by the cage, I'll hear something and I look up. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on over there? So every now and then, I hear something. So it's
you hear some Willy Wonka talk, something crazy.
Oh my God, there's all sorts of weird stuff. But honestly, like when I'm home and I rewatch the performance, it's actually great. Like everything, it's just great. It makes it more like it's a lot more entertaining to watch. I was actually, like looking at some games from the first year, and it was like It was kind of boring, just because like there was like
Sure.
no
The
conversations
presentation,
between.
yeah, right.
So now it's just so different. It's like a full performance. It's like, like you're watching an event and it's great. I mean, everything just goes so well together, and it's actually fun to watch now, so it's great.
Yeah, no, definitely better than last year. I think during the games, now Stu and I just sort of chop it up about whatever. I think that's better than me just bringing down a couple mac and cheese bites and a coffee. I think that was usually, what we would do before. So this is definitely much better, and I think the fans appreciated that. And something that I don't really think they know is, Stu and I sometimes we go into those broadcasts, and Stu's got a lot of stuff to do before the performance. Just coach, managing, a lot of different responsibilities with that, especially if there's, it's not running 100% smooth. Usually we don't speak to each other at all before that 10-minute mark. I mean, we come into it and it really is that random sometimes. It's, most of the time you get a full broadcast, guys come in, they prepare, they got statisticians, they've got, directors, producers, people putting it all together. And for us, it's, it's top of the head, just bringing you highlight and just talking. So we're glad that people have enjoyed that. And like you said, it really makes it feel like more of a sport. It's like you're watching a real broadcast of you would like a football, basketball game, as opposed to, like I said, I'm just eating my mac and cheese bites and announcing 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, we're ready to begin, and I think that the people really appreciate that interactive feature of it as well.
Oh, it's great. I think it's, it's really good. And it's fun, it gives out just better energy. It's so much fun to watch you guys. You guys always come up with some funny stuff, and it's
we try.
It's great. It's great. It's
Thank
great.
you, Andy. Thank you. Good question here. Roland, one of the guys. If you watch the chats backwards, the chats back, Roland, you definitely see his name there. Said he's got $10 on someone coming in and smashing a pie in your face. So I don't know if that was in the works there, and if they're listening, but Roland's got $10 coming his way if someone pies Anderson's face there. So
actually,
Douglas or Ikeda,
I probably won't even hear him because I have my headphones on, and the camera is like a little delayed, so I probably won't see him till I get smacked in the face.
Yeah, you'll turn around at the worst second, the last moment, and then you'll take one straight to the chops. Oh, you got a good question here. I got to read this username here. How do you pronounce Chaz Nami? Well, we're gonna ignore that. How do you deal with patience when you are not having a good day playing? How do you keep your head level?
It's actually tough.
Yeah.
Well, one thing about this game is that you play this game every single day, and you play like so many games. So sometimes you go weeks, like a week when you're not winning much, and you start losing patience, and you start getting like anxious and all that, and it takes like a lot mentally. But with me, I'm just I tell myself like every single time, like, all right, I have another opportunity. I'm gonna get back up. I have a couple more games, so I'm gonna get another chance to get back in rhythm and switch it around and all that. So yeah, but it gets a little tough.
Yeah, it definitely gets tough, and you see guys get very, very streaky where they can, Carballo, perfect example of a guy that when he's hot, he's got, he can win every game he plays in, doesn't matter. Douglas, Ron, Ikeda, you in that lineup, he could roll through it. And then you have a week like this week where you would think, none of you guys were out there playing. You would think, all right, Carballo's got to run through everyone, and then he picks up no wins. So, that shows you that it's just little thing could be off there, and it's just, you got to stay on point. You got to stay focused all the time, or else, it could keep, piling on over for a couple of weeks there.
Yeah, no, he's actually a really streaky player. He'll go a week where he won like 1 or 2 games, and the next week he's winning, 12, 15 games. He's really good at that, getting rhythm. So that's good. He's really good at that.
We're going to change pace a little bit. Someone wanted to know about a working day in my life.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow, interesting, right? What do I do? So yeah, I mean, we get to Magic City there about 30, 45 minutes before the performance. And so what we do is the announcers, and we're actually responsible for pretty much everything. I mean, responsible for the betting, the prices, what goes into the computer, the stats. So pretty much what happens, you get in, you print out the programs, same programs that you get online at Magic City. We print those out. If we have any scratches, we go through the scratches. From there, then either Stu or myself, usually Stu, post the lineups or the game pages there for all the players to see, so they see the pages. That's usually about 30 minutes before, and then it's just a matter of going through the rundown that producer Lindsay puts on for the highlight channel. All the videos that we play, we have we got a set before each game, so we know what we're going to play. So we take a look at that, we review all that. And then just, looking at some numbers, getting some stuff that maybe I want to get into the broadcast, a couple of notes. And sometimes, we talk at a distance, of course. We got a little rope in front of our section. So, we talk to the players and, just talk a little bit before the first game, get some guys going. And then about 10 minutes, we start the broadcast. And Stu gets into his whole spiel about, what we do, the format, how many games we're playing, the wagering stuff, and then it just kind of goes right into the broadcast. So not like we said, there's not that much preparation, on the front end beforehand, but when we get there, about those 30 minutes before, that's usually where we put all the stuff together for the broadcast. And then, we go from there. We have to input the prices after every game. So we got those results that come in on the board. They got to be put in manually, so that's our responsibility. And then we do that for all the games. After the games, we have to upload those to the program, which then uploads the stats as well. So pretty much everything that has to get done, we have to put it in the computer and actually upload it for you guys there. So if there's ever mistakes with anything like that, the guys to contact. So day in the life of me, we just repeat that for, 9 or the 18 games. And then we post all the stuff online. So it's a lot of fun. And we really enjoy, Stu and I, we're not blowing smoke when we say it's a lot of fun, doing what we do and bringing you guys action. And we just get to talk about a game that we would probably be watching anyway if we weren't getting paid to do it. So, that's really cool there. So went on a little bit of a rant. So we'll get back to you about some stuff here.
Well, that's awesome, man.
It's great, and you guys make it fun. And then sometimes I feel like I don't really go up to you guys. I don't want to interfere. It's not that I don't want to talk to you guys. It's like you guys are like you're pros. You're doing your thing. I don't want to get in your way and and mess with anything mentally. So that's why I kind of stay away during the performances. But no, it's a great group of guys, and it's great to do. Great to call those games too. It's more fun than I'd be probably doing anything else in the world. So it's great here. And they said, how do I keep such a straight face when Stu says such silly stuff? Yeah, that's it's true. It's true. No, Stu says some stuff that's he's a funny guy to work with, and I don't know. I mean, you've obviously gotten pretty close with him as well, and I think everyone, and that's one of the biggest things from season 1 too, is the camaraderie amongst the roster. I mean, all you guys seem. You seem pretty close. I don't know, maybe you can touch on that a little bit as well.
Yeah, we're all pretty close. We all just hang out together, and like especially with Stu, he'll come over and we'll make some drinks and some food here, and so we always have a lot of fun. We always we hang out with a lot of players from the roster too, with everyone. So our locker room is a lot of fun. Every time we go there, it's always a great time. Because we're all good to each other. We're all friends, like there's not one person in there that we can't go up to and talk to, we're all super close to each other. And I think that's what makes it better. That's what makes it a great experience for everyone.
Right. So back to some more highlight related talk here. Someone asked here a couple questions. Do you prefer front or back court?
I like playing the front better, just because I like to serve the ball, and I like to throw like some right side rebotes and throw like a bunch of kill shots. But I can play the back too. Here you go. That's Kitty. All right, you gotta go somewhere else. Kitty. There you go. That's her. She came out to say hi. So Actually, I enjoy playing the front a little better, but the back is a lot of fun too. I actually like getting in that corner, just standing in there with my back against the glass and jumping and trying to catch the ball. Super dangerous, but it's exciting. It gives me this rush, and I just love it.
Yeah. No, that's fun there. And we got another question about courts. You started training at North Miami. Is North Miami? Is it a full court? It's not full length, right?
No, it's
It's
a
a
little
little
shorter than
smaller. Yeah.
than Magic City. Um,
So yeah,
I would say I would like I like to play more at Magic City just because I'm used to the court.
yeah,
I'm not used to the North Miami court, So in North Miami, when I went back, maybe like um, you know, probably like last year or something like that, and I was like super lost, I just
right.
couldn't read like the balance and everything there, but I'm sure if I play there, I would love that court. I just like playing the game. So any court that I can play in would be good.
Sure. And we got someone catching. No, that's not catching. Catching 47 Doyle. I don't know. We're just gonna get to the question. During your off time, do you guys play partidos to enhance your game?
Yes, we play a lot of partidos. We get all the guys, and we make teams, and we play partidos to 35 points. And we just go all
35.
day. Yeah,
35.
we go all day just playing and playing and playing and playing, and I think that's what's honestly has gotten us like a lot better.
Mhm.
Um, because that way, like you're able to, catch a rhythm and figure different things
Right.
out because it's not over in one point. You still have a long game, so it's a lot of fun to play too, and the games get super intense. You have everyone in there is playing super hard. No one's trying to lose. All these guys are super competitive.
Yeah.
From the top guy to to the bottom, these guys are all super competitive. They all play super hard, and it makes it interesting. It makes it fun. Like you just always want to play.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You guys are just the competitive nature of everyone on the roster. I mean, you hear it in the broadcast. These guys, sometimes it's a little colorful with the language, and there's a lot of noise of things maybe being thrown or smashed. But you know what? I think that's all a part of sports, and guys just comes down to the fact that you really want to win. And it's every point that you want to win, and as a sports guy myself, it's certainly understandable.
Yeah,
And
no, it's pretty much part of the game. It's your emotions. A lot of the guys they control their emotions. Some guys, it's hard. It's hard to control your emotions, especially when you're playing these
right,
so many games and you're just losing and losing and losing and losing. So it takes like a mental toll on you. And some
right,
guys deal with their emotions differently, and that's just part of the game. So
right. Yeah, absolutely. And we got Ace Highwood piped in, asked a very controversial question here. But you'll like it here. Do you think in a few years those top Magic City players will be competitive with the Dania guys?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think our top players. If we play on our court, I think that would like pretty much even things out. Those guys
Hmm.
are obviously they're really good and they've been playing for a very long time. But I think we're all super competitive, and we're not gonna give up, and we're not just gonna say that they're the best. We're gonna fight there, and we're gonna sit back, and we're gonna punch back. So I think so. I think we'll be able to compete, against them and all that. So
Yeah. I mean, look, it's been, for the most 3 years for some of you guys, and just where it started from. And that's why we always say, Magic City Hustle, and we give it over and over again. If you watch it, and the people in the chat that have seen it, you see how bad it started, and especially you guys were live and couldn't even catch. It was one ball. If you caught a ball, you were pretty much maybe making $100 and taking the win that game. All you had to do was catch it, and catch one ball and serve it back in the box. So um, it's going to be really cool to see where it goes even in the next couple of years, because not just me, everyone that I talk to, the growth of you guys, it's really exponential. It's not a linear growth here. You guys, the rate is staggering, and I think that's really given due in large part to the athletic background, and you guys really want to get better as well. Don't want to say it's all athletic. It's these guys as well. I mean, you and probably almost everyone else on the roster. This is a job, and you guys really treat it as such, like you would if you were an NFL guy playing your 16 games. You train every day, treat your bodies the right way, and that's really cool. I definitely am excited to see where it could go. I mean, even at the end of this year, I mean, you look at the top 10s, and we had months. We did the top 10 from July of last season to November. I mean, those plays that people were making in November from July, it's unbelievable. So this season, even, I mean, at the beginning of the year, the play has grown tremendously. So, give you guys credit, and obviously Stu and JR as well. It's very well run, and you guys, it's great to be a part of it. So
it's great.
No,
it's great.
Go ahead.
It's like I'm actually, super excited to see where we can go and where we can take this game to. Starting, I never pictured this in 3 years that we would be playing this good. Just because we were all new to the game. I mean, especially with me, I didn't know what this game was. I didn't understand this game. So we had a couple of months to get ready to start playing. So I barely know how to tie my cest on, and I'm just there, just throwing hard, to the middle of the court, not knowing where this ball's going. I'm just catching and throwing. To like now, now it's just like, there's like a strategy, and there's like, this is the way you do things and all that, and everything's just falling into place. Like all that is just like super exciting to me. And it's great, like just seeing progress. Progress is what what keeps me like just motivated and like super interested, and just like I'm just wondering like, oh, where can we go with this? Because we started pretty much from nothing, from not knowing this game till now. It's so now it's just like like, wow, like where can we take this? And that's super exciting.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, 3 years of playing any sport, and you're just thrusted onto this stage. I mean, you're for the whole world to really see, and that's a very that's a difficult position for anybody to be put into. And you guys had that after 6-7 months of training for the first time. So where it's come in this short period of time, and we talk about it all the time, but it's great, and I give you guys all the credit for that. And actually, producer Lindsay told us we've hit the 1 hour mark, Anderson. That's pretty good. We're playing it hour, but we're playing it. I mean, it's flown by. We played it half hour by half hour here, and it's really it's been great. I'm feeling good. We're gonna keep going as long as you guys are into it and you're asking questions. We'll keep going. I've got a lot. I've got more stuff here. I mean, I don't know if you've got any 4th of July plans. I think. I'm just sitting here. We got drinks, but we're sitting inside. So I mean, I've got nowhere to go, and
it's actually raining. It's actually raining pretty hard here in Davie. So I'm just gonna stay inside today, and this my whole day is just to be here. And an hour passed by, I didn't even notice. It's just having a blast over here.
Flew. This is a great question, Brian D. And one of my favorite memories from going to Jai Alai was that's a big crack of lightning out there. Under the underserve guy. I was overserve. Didn't realize that I would actually see that many overserves actually in reality, and underserves. But is there anything in particular that stuck out to you from the fans? Some of the funniest stuff you've heard from the crowd?
Oh my God, man! I've heard a couple.
You hear great stuff.
Oh my God, but some of the people, they do come up with great things. Like there was a time where I was just like serving this ball so hard, and I kept over serving and under serving, and like someone there like was watching the game. He was telling me, hey, I think he called me Anderluck because I kept like under serving or something like that. And I was just laughing. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty good, man. Like, wow,
that's pretty good.
They come up with like funny stuff. Another funny thing was, somebody said, highlights like, this art, and you guys are just like bad graffiti. I thought that was like super funny too, So they come up with funny things, It's
funny
great.
fan base, man. Passionate, funny. And
it's great, it's great.
Never short of entertainment. No, we Love it.
Never.
We wouldn't be anywhere without, I mean, look, obviously without the fans. I mean, that's a big part of every sport. How do you think, these guys like LeBron and golfers make millions of dollars per tournament? It's not because, it's because of the money, and it's because the people want to watch it. It's the TV deals, and that's because of the fans there. So we obviously appreciate what you guys do and what you guys bring to it. Obviously, look, we're not structured like any of those sports, but we really do appreciate what you guys bring, and it's fun. I mean, it's Stu and I talk. I mean, we see what goes on in the chat sometimes, and it's funny stuff. Sometimes stuff, really, really funny stuff. Absolutely. And you talk about.
Oh man, it's great. Yeah, that's what makes this exciting. So it makes it funny. It makes it exciting. It's not boring. Like you never know what's gonna happen. Like you can't make this up, and that's what's great.
Yeah,
that's what's great about it.
Right. We got a great question coming in here, Bob K. You talked about your controlling emotions. Is there any player? Obviously, Tennessee, we talk about how laid back and chill he is, and he really keeps his emotions in check. Any player even remotely close to Tennessee in terms of being the most laid back out there?
No, not even close.
No, no. In Tennessee and then everyone else. Yeah.
He's just like, he's just such a great guy. Like so nice. Always, he's always there. Like to help out and just to be there for you and all that. I mean, of course, I mean everyone is different. All the guys are super nice, but he's just like a different level. Like you can't match that kindness. And it's just like unbelievable, and it's every single day. Like I don't think I've ever seen this man have a bad day, and that's crazy.
Inspiring.
That's
really
crazy.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, every single day from the first day that I've seen Tennessee, that man has always smiled. I've never seen him upset. Never. He's always smiling. And that's great. It's such a cool thing.
And one of the things, I mean, and the fans got to see that firsthand this week. And Tennessee was after a week removed from a rib injury that he couldn't even breathe. He couldn't even throw a ball. He's out there officiating. The next, literally less than a week after his injury. So, that just shows you the type of guy he is. So he brings in snacks last season every Sunday. We had snacks before the whole,
every Sunday, he'll bring donuts and coffee and unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I had a question there. It was, you got one phone call. The person has to answer. That was just a Tennessee, just a good, thing to talk about Tennessee there. And they had to pick up. I think we would both choose Tennessee or Stu. I mean, look, both of those guys are always there.
They're going to answer. Just don't call Stu in the morning because he's probably not going to answer. So if something's going on, it has to be at night. That's when, the time that, he's up and he'll answer. But if it's early in the morning, I would probably call Tennessee just because I know Stu's sleeping. But if it's like later on at night, call Stu.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great here. And we got a couple more questions coming in. They're talking about, well, I don't know if we could say that one on the air, although that is a funny question. So this is a good one that a lot of people ask, professional athletes there, and they say, you get your first check. What was your first big purchase? Is there anything in particular that you've bought since being a professional highlight player that's, anything of note?
Honestly, just like furniture. I mean, I bought like a nice couch.
Just home goods. Yeah, a couple trips to home goods.
Yeah, I have. I got a really nice bed, really good mattress. I mean, all that stuff. But other than that, no. I still have the same car, since high school.
Good. Yeah, good. No, modest guy. You just get the necessities.
I don't really.
A good bed is
really,
important.
I don't really like spending money like that. I mean, I do like having fun. Don't get me wrong, but I mean,
right.
no big purchases, nothing like that. So it's
sure. Yeah, someone said, Anderluck bought a couch with a season 1 grand prize. So good couch, guys. Yeah, absolutely. We talked about you went a little bit into bartending and drinking. You actually bartended, right? Before playing
Yeah,
highlight professionally. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I was bartending actually when Jai called me, and no, bartending was a lot of fun. You know, just making drinks, meeting people, always talking to people. Um, it was always a great time. You know, you always, you know, it's always something new. You know, you always see something different. You know, you meet different people, you talk to different people, and then you know, it was just for me, it was just like super interesting. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. No, I look, I'm not a bartender by any stretch, but Stu always talks about how you make the best drinks. So we got to come over one day and we got to see for ourselves.
Oh, definitely, man. I can make anything, you know, and it's great. Everything I make is just great.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we got some more highlight related stuff here. We had some questions here for fun, but a good one that I wanted to ask. Well, we actually got to a couple of these here. Let's scroll down the list. Oh yeah, this is a particularly good one, and you talked about it a little bit. Was what's your like motivation to continue playing? I know you talked about your goals a little bit, but you know, what motivates you to get up every day and you know keep doing this for a living and you know keep pushing to get better?
Honestly, I don't know, man. I wake up every day and I just want to be great. You know, I don't want to you
Yeah.
know, I don't want to just be normal. You know, I want to be great. You know, wake up in the morning. The first thing I do is make my bed, and I'll take care of my dog, and I go for a run, and you know, and that's just every single day. You know, and then you know when I go to
Mm-hmm.
Jai Alai, I'm just there. You know, and I'm ready to win every single game. You know, and I don't know, man. I just don't want to be normal. You know, I don't want to be average. I don't want to be like everyone else, and you know, that's what keeps me going.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer, and that's why you have number one. If you ain't first, you're last, right? Ricky Bobby
Yeah.
was the first one to
If you
say
ain't
it,
first and
and
you last.
yeah, that's one of the movies that I do know. Actually, someone asked,
Oh,
they were
that's a
talking
great
about.
one. That's a great one.
There's this whole running joke that you don't even know about that I don't know any movies beyond like comedy movies, or actually, I don't think the chat's thrown in a movie that I've actually known yet. So someone said a joke about yeah, I guarantee Andrew hasn't seen it. $10 bet on that. You could cash that ticket. That was an easy winner, Brian. The easy winner. You can cash
Yeah.
that. Asked about someone, DJ Hype asked about the fantasy highlight league. First of all, do you guys know what's going on with fantasy highlight? Are you guys like, do you like hear about it? Are you thinking about it at all? I mean, what sort of goes on with that for you?
I know some of the guys do talk about it. For me,
That's
no. I
funny.
actually,
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
for me, I actually like. I don't really know about it. I don't really know like. I don't like. I'm not even sure how it works or anything like that. But I hear the guys, you know, like always talking about it. Be like, oh, you know, like this, and that, and. But with me, I just don't know. You know, I always, you know,
Sure.
for me, when
No,
you know, when I show up, it's just like all business, you know, and
yeah, no, that's actually funny that they know. So kind of how it works is, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything, but you get 5 fantasy points for every win, 3 for every place, 2 for every show, and 1 for quad point. So you just add up the total points throughout the week. So I mean, the better you do, the more fantasy points you have. So basically, for the most part, unless you can't really get a win that week and you got a lot of places and shows. I mean, usually the guys that win the most, you know, get on the board the most in the money, meaning tend to have the most fantasy points. You're right up there. You don't have to worry about it. Good thing is you're not worried about it right now. You keep doing what you're doing. It's working for you.
yeah.
But that's fun and big news with that. Once we hit 200 people, we're offering cash prizes for fantasy.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
when
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so for the
We
fans
gotta start
watching,
posting some stuff.
yeah, when fans watching, 200 people. So if you're not playing yet and you're following along with this live stream here, please play. fantasyhighlight.com is the link. You can sign up, you can join. We'll be playing this Thursday, but these past couple of weeks have just been, because we've been doing singles only, it's been a little different. But I think week 11, which would be the following week, we'll get back to, the regular doubles. You get 3 singles players and 1 doubles team. So you have a roster of 4. You have a $21 budget, and all the players have different, costs. So you got to keep it under the $21 budget, and you try to pick the best team you can. So it's a fun way for people that don't want to bet and don't want to, or maybe even can't bet if you're under 18 or your state doesn't allow it, for them to still, play along with the action. So fantasyhighlight.com. Cash prizes unlocked once we hit 200 teams. So that's sort of the big news, and it's free to play. That's why there's nothing to play, and you could potentially win money once we hit 200. So, Anderluck, you don't have to be a numbers guy or a math guy to know that that's pretty good value.
That's great. Yeah, it's a win. It's a win-win.
And got Steve M here asked, obviously Douglas's father played Jai Alai, and one of a few guys on the roster that they have some sort of Jai Alai lineage. Is that maybe the right word? I'm not sure. But does Douglas's father given you any tips with how to play? I know I sometimes see him, and definitely last year they came down a couple of times. He was around. They watched the performances. So yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Not really. Not really. He did tell me there was one time where I was just having trouble like throwing rebotes, and he did say, "Well, you gotta have one good side rebote. You either gotta have the right side or the left side really good. And that's probably one of the things he told me. But other than that, nothing really.
Yeah.
So
sure. Catch and Doyle 47 back with another question. You said, is Magic City the only court? North Miami and Magic City, are those the only two that you've played on?
Yep, those are the only two courts I've played on. North Miami, that's where I learned how to play, and then Magic City, I've been playing there. Obviously,
lost you for a second. Sorry,
yeah.
We're back. Did you guys lose me?
Yeah. So other than that, no, I haven't played on any other court.
Whoops. Yeah,
Are you back?
Yeah, I see. There's this storm rolling in here. I don't know if that's affecting why this stream keeps cutting in, but Mother Nature may be the only thing that's stopping this live stream. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep going for hours, but we'll see. Sorry, we'll bear with us here. All right, sorry. Keep going. What were you talking?
So pretty much no. I've only played on those two courts, North Miami and Magic City.
Okay, great. No. And so someone asked here, if you could choose your doubles teammate, who would it be? Of anyone on the roster? That's kind of maybe not a matchup that you'll get to see. Maybe in a partido, but who's your dream pair?
If I were to choose like a teammate, it would probably be like someone like Tennessee. I just need someone to sit in that back and in that back corner and just protect the hole and kind of just like let me play my game. When I'm playing my game, I feel really comfortable and I can beat pretty much anyone on that court. So I just pretty much like to control the court and I like to touch most of the balls. So Tennessee would be a great partner for me, because he stands in the back, he stands tall, and he catches everything in that bag. And any balls that he lets go, they're all mine. So, I think he'd be a great partner for me.
Yeah, and is there any sort of difference with you in preparation, maybe mentally, with singles and doubles, or is maybe the one you prefer over the other?
I like playing both, but I do like singles a little better than doubles just because, we played singles longer and got used to playing singles. Singles, I feel like I just have like more control of the whole court, where, in doubles you have a partner and in doubles you got to trust each other, it's you're going to miss or your partner's going to miss. So for me, I like singles a little better. I think it's a little better for me.
Yeah, look, I understand. And there's players that, look, in all team sports, especially in golf, Tiger Woods, a good example is when he plays with, in singles in, I think it's the Ryder Cup, or when his team Ryder Cup percentage, it's a lot lower than you would expect for a guy that's been as dominant as he has been in his sport, because, sometimes it's just a lot easier when you're in your own game and you're just doing your own thing and you don't have to necessarily rely on anyone else. Obviously doubles is, part of the game of highlight, but, there's some people that, like you're saying, for you're very comfortable with every part of your game and you like to be in charge and you like to kind of, command the court a little bit. And, that's your style. And you definitely kill it out there in
Singles.
So,
yeah.
yeah, no, singles for sure.
Yeah.
I
know in doubles sometimes I do some crazy things and Stu just looks at me like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But it's just, that's just me.
Yeah. But Chris H here asked, how long, I mean, I don't know about your cesta repairs, but how long does cestas normally last before you need a new one?
It all depends. Probably just like a couple of months.
Yeah.
Probably like it all depends. We get our cestas repaired often. Like the ribs, everything else. Like synthetic is if something rips or anything like that. I mean, we get them repaired right away. So our cestas do last longer than the membrane ones. Synthetic material is a little tougher. So yeah, our cestas last a little longer than normal.
Right.
But before probably just a couple of months, probably like 4 or 5 months. Probably 4 months you need a new cesta.
Yeah. Those things too, as Stu says, they're pretty expensive. So when they need some repair, it's it's not necessarily a cheap task.
Oh no. And it's you're pretty much paying for for the work. We get our cestas from Manuel, and he makes every cesta is handmade. And it's 40 hours of work into one cesta, so it takes a long time. He puts in a lot of time, a lot of effort into making these cestas. So yeah, and it's they're pretty expensive. When you give something 40 hours of work, you expect something really good, and he's just the best right now. He makes great cestas.
Best there is, best in the business. We got another good question from Bob K here, and he talked about, I don't know if you saw this, when Juice had a win early in the season, he did a backflip off the wall, and he said that was the best Magic City signature move in his opinion. Do you have a thought on that? Best signature move, signature celebration, and also you don't have anything like that. Any reason why, or maybe will we see you have a little celebration dance at some point?
I actually do think Juice backflip off the glass was pretty sick. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And for me, you probably won't see me flipping anytime soon. I don't even think I can do a flip. So yeah, I won't be flipping or doing anything. I kind of just whether I win or lose, I just kind of run out, and that's my celebration.
Yeah. Just
I mean, if you guys,
business. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. So I mean, if you guys want me to do something specific, I mean, you can just drop it here in the comments, and maybe I'll pick something out of the comments, and we'll see. And we'll see what happens.
There's a couple signature. I mean, obviously Kubala kisses the bicep. El Barba used to do the whole lumberjack lawn. What was that? The lawn mower? What? It's like he winds it up, and I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that one out. I actually don't know what it is. It's like a little, it's a little dance. It's like a little dab, and then he like does some weird stuff. But it's entertaining, man. Like I want to see him win all the time so he can do that. It's super funny and it's great, but
Yeah, guys.
I don't have moves like that. But
maybe for the other guys, we'll let you know. So let us know what celebration you want from Anderluck, or if there's anyone else. I mean, it looks like Juice is the guy if we need an athletic move here, or maybe Bradley or one of those guys to do a flip or something. Although Bradley probably not. We got to be careful. We're going to be careful. Obviously, coming back from injury with.
If it has anything to do with any type of flipping, I'm probably not going to do it. I probably couldn't even do a cartwheel. So, let's just stick to like a little dance or something like that.
Yeah, a little dance move, that'll do. Very curious about your transition to full-length court here. Want to know, have you wanted to go out and throw on a full-length court, or is there any, you're kind of good where you are at Magic City?
I think I'm good where I'm at Magic City. If I get the chance to go and throw around, and that would be great.
Fun. Right.
Just to get a feel of the court and all that stuff. But I'm really, been playing at Magic City, and I I mean, I think Magic City is great. So, after that experience would be nice, to just go around and just play like like a different type of game.
Yeah.
But no,
Sure.
like other than that, it's fun.
Yeah, and Brian D comes in with another question. He said maybe you can ask Ikeda to do a spinning back kick with his next win. Ikeda might be able to do it.
Yeah, he might be.
He's got good foot control.
Flip, I'm sure.
You've seen him control the pelota.
Sure.
Sorry, we're gonna get better at this whole talking over each other. The whole delay, it's still haven't gotten used to it. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I've seen him do like some stuff where like he like dribbles the pelota with his foot and like stuff like that. But I don't think that he can flip. But I'll ask him.
Yeah, not
we'll try it together.
Steve M comes back. Great question. In your 3 years here at Magic City, have you ever been out with an injury? And if so, what was it? I don't know. But have you been out with an injury? Most significant injury?
No. In the 3 years that I've been playing, I haven't.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't been out like on any injuries. But I've been a little dinged up, especially like first 2 years where I was just like pretty much throwing this ball super hard. My form wasn't good. So it was putting a lot of pressure on my shoulder and my bicep, also my hips, just running back and forth, and jumping up and down on that court, like it was making my hips hurt and all that. But other than that, nothing. And I've lost a lot of weight since the first year too, and that actually helped me a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I see a lot of people. I mean, not necessarily not going to talk about, their body type, but you see a lot of guys. I mean, Tennessee slimmed down considerably. A lot of guys putting on muscle. CRB in great shape. I mean, all these guys. I mean, you see Jedden, Cool. I mean, those guys are in great shape to begin with. But everyone on the roster going into year 3, you could really see the commitment. The level of commitment from these guys, especially from a physical standpoint. They really took that to the next level, and I think that's why you're seeing maybe such a significant increase this season. I mean, it was everyone that was taking to the gym, throwing harder, and like you're talking about, it's a big part of it.
Yeah, everyone here just takes care, of their bodies, and they do a great job of just like staying in shape. And yeah, Tennessee slimmed down a lot too. I mean, when I first started playing my first year, I was at 208 pounds, and today I'm at 172. So
wow.
I lost like a lot of weight too. So it's it's a big gap. So and it's helped me a lot. To move better. Just have it's just less pain everywhere. It's a little lighter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's awesome. We got that over hour and a half mark. That's pretty cool. See, we're hitting all the half-hour benchmarks here, and we're gonna keep going.
Good.
People are still in the chat here. People are still going. So we'll skip through. We definitely got some more questions here. You talked about it.
Here, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get the charger for this. I'll be right back.
You got to go get the charger. We got my headphones may run out here for a second. We'll remind the people again at this time that obviously we're doing this little 4th of July special as you see the rain coming down here, rain, thunder, lightning in South Florida. So hopefully weather's a little better wherever you're enjoying this 4th of July holiday. We'll be back with live highlight action, of course, next Thursday. We said that on the broadcast. We'll be back next Thursday, 12 noon, regularly scheduled noon performance there. All the performances for this week and our performance for Wednesday have been postponed. And we'll get the fantasy up for you this Thursday. We'll have everything like we normally do. And just kind of waiting for Anderson to get back into the picture here. But we will we'll tell you guys now that we're going to give it a 15 minutes to the end of this broadcast here as we see the weather starting to spike up. So we don't want the internet to cut out. So we'll say 15 more minutes. If you have any more burning questions that you want me to tell Anderson, we can talk about any just topics you want us to talk about, anything in particular. We'll give it 15 more minutes. And we appreciate you guys sticking with us for this long. It's been a great time. I know I think Anderson as well. It's been cool just talking to one of the guys. I mean, don't really get an opportunity to talk to them, especially me. This close one-on-one, and
all right,
it's
I'm
really
back.
cool. So hopefully we're back. Hopefully we get some more of these. And we just said to the fans here, we're going to give it a 15-minute warning for the people. So if you got any more questions that they wanted to send in, we got 15 more minutes to do so. So we got another one that's coming in here. Asking about the partidos. You said you play 30 point, 15 point, whatever length partido you may go. Who do you typically play against? What's the lineups looking like for that?
We play like a lot of partidas, and we just like swap partners. Sometimes I play in the front, sometimes I play in the back. Mostly in the front. But we have games where like it's like Douglas, me, and then you have like Ron and Keita, or Carballo and Douglas, and then you have like Ikeda, and then I play in the back. So you have Kubala, Douglas, Carballo, Bueno, you have Jedin, you have all these guys, so like we just switch all the teams around, and we play some really good games. The games get very intense. They're fast paced. Everyone's just playing super hard, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do you guys keep records or anything from those fun partidos, or I'm sure they get a little bit competitive, but nothing else.
No, we actually haven't, like, we don't keep like records or anything like that. But like, yeah, no one wants to lose, so everyone's throwing at 1,000 miles per hour, and everyone's playing super hard, and yeah, it's so much fun.
It's funny because after the program and I have to upload the stats and put everything in, sometimes I just hear, a colorful language coming from the court. And I'm like, the performance ended 45 minutes ago. And it's guys just, yapping away at partidos. I mean, getting into it, screaming, come on, and other, maybe 4-letter words. But no, the level of competitiveness just from like the moment you walk in to when you leave. I mean, especially for a guy that's, wanted to be involved in sports his whole life. I mean, it's really, it's great. I mean, you don't really feel like you're missing anything compared to, one of those other, major 4 sports.
Oh no, it's every single day. Every single day, you walk in there, everyone's competing. There's no easy days. So these guys play hard every single day. That intensity is there every single day. You never know who's gonna have a good day, because everyone is just, everyone's so hungry. Everyone just plays hard, and you just never know.
Sure. Absolutely. We got people just suggesting that's funny, celebration move. George Quinn said Anderluck needs a flashy bartender move after a win. And Roland said, you can do the you got the little shaker with the stuff. So you just put the hand up and just give it like one on each side.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's actually funny. A really good one. I think that's actually
really good. Thank you, Roland. Thank you, George.
God, we'll give that is great. Yeah, thank you guys.
George, we'll give George the hockey assist, and we'll give Roland the goal there. Roland with the idea, George with the big picture concept of the flashy bartender move. That's great.
That is great. That's awesome.
And that's very funny. That's very funny. Did you? Someone wanted to know, because Stu always talks about those doubles games sometimes, where at first there was kind of this fear factor with doubles. Did you fear
the first year?
Yeah. Did you fear doubles at first when you were going into it, or what was that about?
Oh yeah, it's 100%. The first year I told JR, I said, hey buddy, I am not playing that front.
Hey buddy,
you see how these guys serve? I said, you see how these guys are serving the ball? Like, you have guys like throwing cortada. These guys are throwing cortada serves, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna send in that box. I was like so scared.
Yeah.
So no, but now we have a little more control, and
that's why everyone's a natural backcourter. It was just out of feel. Out of fear.
Oh man, there's no way that first year I was not gonna play that front. There was no chance. So yeah,
but that's great. And more on the celebration. Lindsay said you follow that up. You shake up, and then you just give a little sip out of it, like a funnel.
Oh, a little sip. Yeah.
Yeah, you can sip it in the you can sip it in the cage, and then you give a little head nod, the Anderluck nod of approval on the drink there. We're giving all the ideas. We got to give everyone a celebration dance here. I think it's cool.
Oh,
but,
that is great.
I mean, you got to give El Barba credit. I think he was the guy that really originated. I mean, Legend does his little Euro step like in basketball. Bradley's got he's got the dogs are barking.
The barking.
You heard that this week for the first time. I don't know who. Yeah, obviously, Kubala's got the tattoo. Juice had his little had a little move there for a while. Yeah, but now he's doing the flip, which is cringe.
You have the CRB.
CRB used to do the little the Robin Hood. We'll do a little archery. Yeah, that's there's a lot of good ideas. So yeah, now we got the Anderluck sip. I don't know. But we gotta think of a better name than that. That's pretty terrible, to be quite honest. So we'll come up
with something nice.
We'll get there. So let's see. Anything else here? Yeah, Juan Correa. I think you may know that guy. Sounds like he may be your grandfather. He said extremely proud of the interview. Said you're doing a great job. Great kid. Everything positive here from Juan. So
that's good. Yeah, that's my grandpa.
Yeah, absolutely lovely. Yeah, he says, excellent, your interview. I'm proud of you, dear grandson. Thanks. Discipline, perseverance. You're entering a successful phase in your professional career in sports. I would say he's already in it. He has already entered it. He is in the midst of it right now, for sure. Great question from Chris H. So all the jerseys, 1 through 8, they got different colors. Best one to your eye. Best looking jersey color. Her best looking jersey.
I like post 1, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the post 1. The post 1 is just great. Just my favorite.
Classic red.
I like the red. It's just great. It looks good for the pictures. If I'm taking a picture, that's what I'm wearing.
Yeah, all the pictures have that post 1 there. I know the green. Yeah, the green is it's a little more of like a lime green. So yeah, that one I'll say, like a lot of people, that's hit or miss for some people. Especially Douglas has got the blonde look now. That's it's tough on the eyes a little bit. Yeah,
that's the post 6. He's got the post 6 here.
You'll have to put on some sunglasses or something to look at him. My goodness, I see my.
Oh yeah.
No, that's funny there. Yeah. George Quinn thought it would be 15, 20 minutes. We've hit hour 42. It says on the live
40.
mark here.
Wow.
Can't believe it's been an hour 42. It's
I know it's been a lot of fun.
I'm looking through here. I got some questions. Don't know if there's anything else I had listed for you. This is wow. This was a lot of fun, and I think someone said they call the move the James Bond move. Is that the Cesta drinking? I don't know.
Cesta drinking. I gotta come up with a drink. Gotta come up with a name or something. We'll figure it out.
Something new into it every time. Yeah, and maybe just coming into this season, was there? I mean, I don't know how you approach it. If you look for, a number in your head, you say, I want to get to X amount of wins, but is there a goal that you were shooting for coming into this year? Like I want to, longer season this year, but, any number in particular?
No, actually haven't thought about, I don't really think about numbers. I don't look at the numbers. Actually never do. Never look at the ranks or anything like that. I know it's a long season, and that's something I've learned, from the first year. It's a long season. Anything can happen. So pretty much I just keep playing and playing and playing. And
there you go.
There you go.
Now we got another. Ikeda.
Now we have another one.
How are you?
Say hi, man.
Everyone. Getting in the picture. Not going to say anything. Could have given it a hello. Anything. It's all right. He'll be back. Looking good. Everyone looking good in Davie. Brian D comes in. Another great question. Which player would be the most likely to accept any challenge?
Honestly, everyone. I honestly I couldn't tell you one player that wouldn't on our team. We're not like this whole roster, from top to bottom. No one would back up, back out of anything. So
Yeah.
I mean,
all the
anyone.
yeah, and I think just on a wow, Stu comes in just with an absolute zinger. Ikeda looks much better with a helmet on, my opinion. That's good, man. He's quick with it, man. That's what we talk about. He is
Yeah, it's
Gene
quick.
Wilder from Willy Wonka. He is. I mean, he can really just. No, that's funny stuff, Stu. Everyone pipes in there. See, that'd be fun. The days where Stu and I, if we happen to not be there, we can get in the live chat. That would just be good to, we should throw a little banquet, have all the live chat supporters. That'd be a good time to chop it up with the fans.
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great.
But yeah, no, everyone's willing to accept a challenge. But I think those football guys in particular, I mean, Jedden, Jedden for sure is just, if you say anything,
Yeah, with Jedden, he's probably the most competitive guy on the roster.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll if he sees you tying your shoes, he'll probably tie his shoes faster, just so he can beat you at that. It's just he finds anything and just starts racing, and just competing. So I think he's the most competitive guy on the roster.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we're getting word now. Official celebration move is the Bartenderluck.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
So we'll debut it there in a couple of weeks. So that'll be cool. Or we get back out there. And, you got Miguel Correa is another family member. Everyone in the family's pumping in there. Yeah, we're getting Willy Wonka. We should start to get some sort of deal there with Willy Wonka sales, because we are we mentioned that probably more than it's gotten airtime in a long time. Absolutely agree, Brian. Looks like what time? Yeah, we got 5:47 here on the East Coast. Happy 4th of July to everyone again. I know it's kind of a weird 4th of July. Hopefully everyone's staying safe and enjoying the holiday in their own way. Any last words here? Any last words, Anderson? I don't know, any question you want to close it out with?
No, I just want to say thanks to everyone that tuned in. I had a lot of fun. These questions were funny. They were great. They were all good questions. So thank you all for spending your 4th with us. It's great. So
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah. Thank you guys again. As he said, we appreciate all the support, whether it's highlight, whether it's this type of content. I'm so glad that there were, this many people that joined in, that were participating, that were just spending their 4th of July with us. So that's really cool that you guys took time out of your day to be a part of this conversation. So we appreciate it. And we'll be back with Live-Alai, which is, what everyone really wants here. Of course, it's great to talk to us and see our faces, but you got Live-Alai. It'll be coming up next Thursday, 12 noon. Will be our performance. So we'll get back there. And again, we appreciate it, and stay safe, everyone, and have a great 4th of July.
All right. Have a great time. Thank you.
Take care, everyone.